Hey there, everybody. Welcome back with the Plat. Purplatypus is the name, and welcome to another Unicorn Overlord video today. And today I'm going to be talking about my 5 least favorite, you can call them mechanics, but really they're just kind of things, I guess, in the game. Um, but yeah, we're going to jump right into it after we give a thank to my 5 awesome supporters. Thank you very much for my 5 awesome supporters. You guys make it possible for the Plat to do what the Plat do. Anyway, let's jump into it. So with this list, it's gonna be, I'm gonna do this one more in order. The top 5 was more just, they were all semi-equal in that regard. This one, there's honestly not that much I dislike about the game, but there are a few things. So I'm gonna actually put them in things that bother me the least to the things that kind of I straight up just dislike kind of at the bottom. But yeah, let's jump into it. So number 1, I think, and this is why this is going to go number 1. I'm not a fan of the story. The first time through, I was listening to it, and I just got really bored myself. Now, the reason that this is even on the list is just because I don't really care about story in general, but this game also I don't feel like had a shot with the story. The storytelling, I'm sure, is fine. The writing, I'm sure, is like fine. It's been okay. It's been okay, but like I just came off Yakuza Like a Dragon, which I think is a master class of top tier storytelling, where it's made me cry multiple times through the game. It made me laugh out loud. It made, it made me feel every emotion in between. I got angry. I wanted to fucking kick the shit out of people. I wanted to rescue people. Like, that game made me feel a whole range of emotions. This game was just kind of like, okay, it's here. Okay, that's fine. I just got really bored really quick, and I think that's kind of unfortunate. I do like the setting. I like the idea of like we're going village to village, liberating each village until we can maybe overthrow this emperor. I don't know if there's going to be a wrench thrown in along the way, how the story is going to progress past this point and stuff like that. But I do absolutely think that the story is, in the beginning at least, very vanilla, kind of milk toast, whatever. Not very exciting, but whatever. I don't need to dwell on that more. Some people are going to love it. Some people aren't. It's not really for me. Number 2, this feels a little petty because this is just so not my thing, is I don't like the rapport system. Now, normally I would never put something like this on the list, but the issue is there's like can Lex and Clive have a rapport? I'm actually kind of interested. Let me go talk down here. But the reason why is like there's mechanical benefits to rapport. And it is with Lex and Clive. That's a little bit cool. I thought they would all be between the main character. We're going to skip this one for now because I'm just here. But there's mechanical benefit to the rapport, right? Sometimes characters have, it says they'll give you items, all right? I've never gotten an item from any of these rapports. Maybe they're just the final one, something like that. But also when you go into your character list, not your character list, you go into your formation, like different characters are going to get bonuses based off the rapport, right? So it's easier to do it with any party with a lane in it, because he just has the most juice, right? So his rapport, he's got a little bit with Anduin or Aubin. I don't know why I called him Anduin. So he's getting a little bit of attack, a little bit of this. So like I feel like I want to min-max everyone's rapport. And then I also might want to only pair specific characters with specific characters, because I don't know if this is character driven or if this is class driven. And if it's class driven and I really want a lane to, let's hypothetically, to do the most amount of damage possible, now suddenly I don't want to pair him with characters that are going to give him more defense, but maybe those things are synergistic on the battlefield, but I don't want them because the stats, it's just like, I don't really like the rapport system. I kind of wish it just wasn't there, or it was implemented in a different way. Like there was a rapport system for like your entire unit, not the specific characters, but like every single character, maybe you had a shared rapport as you fought together. Your band of mercenaries and soldiers become stronger, and then all characters maybe unlock rapport bonuses or something. That's just an idea. I'm not saying they should implement that, because they won't, but I'm not a big fan of the rapport system. It's not going to take away from my overall experience of the game, but I'm unlikely to engage with it outside of trying to get the items, basically, or some mechanical benefit. Number 3, now I'm hoping this will get solved later, and in my experience, it has been getting solved in the later parts of the demo, especially with the later difficulty spikes. But in the beginning, the demo is really easy, And I know it's not going to be easy for everybody, and I don't want to imply that the game is too easy or anything like that, because here's the thing. I play a lot of RPGs. One of my main criticisms of all the RPGs that I play, Yakuza, Persona 5, is they're just always too easy. Persona 5 Royal was too easy, but like Persona 3, on the other hand, was in Persona 4. Those games get hard, bro. But not like unbeatable, but sometimes like things were just kind of falling over in the early game, not just on like the beginning island. But once you got here, I kind of did all these fights like almost not automatically, but like no strategy, just rushing through, smash, 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 smash. Just put Clive with a bunch of attack, and he just kind of got through everything. Now, once I got to these fights over here, especially like the Blade of House Millet and like things over here, it really felt like the difficulty started to spike up. Absolutely no doubt. But also, it mostly felt like because I skipped some of these, right? Like the sorcerer ability, I'd have the ability to buy more sorcerers. And so when I'm fighting a unit like this that counters physical attacks and I have almost no mages, I think it was more of like a lack of option that I inflicted upon myself as opposed to it being straight up a difficulty spike. So I found the game to be a little bit easy. Now, to be fair, the first time I played the demo, I thought it was a little bit harder, and I was like, wow, this game's got good pushback. And then by the second and third time I played the demo, and I'm really learning the mechanics of the game, it's gotten a little bit too easy. But also, to be fair, this is the early game, so I think this will probably be addressed earlier, but that's something I'm a little worried about, to say the least. This game has so much depth and complexity that I really want it to kick our ass and force us to use all these systems, force us to get the best gear, use the gambit system, use good class diversity, level up different things to make really powerful builds against specific units and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that hopefully being the case. Number 4, these are the two that are the ones that bug me the most. So maybe the one that bugs me the most is the equipment swapping. You can swap equipment in the preview of a battle, right? Like straight up, you could just do that, but you can't always do it. And it's really kind of, maybe it's not an inconsistent rule. Let's find a fight that I haven't done. I guess this one's level 5. It should be very easy, so I don't need to embarrass myself. Yeah, let's go. I can't believe I did almost everything on this save, and I didn't do the, I literally just didn't get the sorcerer, which is like, it definitely makes it harder. The sorcerer is very strong, especially the first one you get, because they get a badass weapon. But let's go here. All right, so let's just move here. And so, like, all right, there we go. Okay, I want to swap some items because I'm going to lose this fight, hypothetically. All right, this character doesn't need this pendant. I really want them to have the Watchman's Lantern instead. You cannot change equipment during battle. Okay, well, what if I want Chloe's Charm? Okay, I can equip Chloe's Charm. I can change equipment during battle. But I want the Watchman's Lantern. You can't change equipment during battle. So that's really annoying, because all that means is that the character, you can't equip items equipped by other characters, even when the character equipping it is not on the field at all, right? So now I feel like I have to min-max by every time I don't, like, if I deploy this unit, unequip all the equipment from every other unit in my box, basically. That way, if I decide I want to use one for this upcoming fight, I could just do it. Because if it's unequipped, I could use it. But if it's equipped, I can't use it. So just let me do it all the time. Just never let me change equipment once I'm deployed. Say you can't change equipment while deployed. Or do the opposite and just let me take this off. She's not even on the field. And if the game let me go back right now, for example, if I could undo this fight, and I could go back there, I could deploy I could do this. Let's say, all right, I didn't quite get into that fight yet, okay? So now, here, all I have to do is go here to deploy, and I go here to Chloe, and I come here, and now, once I come here, and I take that off, nothing has changed, anything. But now, when I go into the next fight, I will be able to equip that. That's just like an annoying extra step, because you can't leave the combat preview screen either. Once you're there, combat is gonna happen. There is no retreat option. So that really bugs the shit out of me. And I don't know why it has to be. It's like in this really annoying middle ground, because they give you so much flexibility to change your equipment and your weapons and your skills in the middle right when you're about to do a fight. But if it's equipped by someone else, and it's not like I think even if it's equipped to someone else and they're in a party within a certain range, you should be able to switch it. But if they're not even deployed, it won't let me do it. So that just annoys the shit out of me. I wish it was just more consistent, I guess, with that rule. That's all. All right, now number 5, the most thing that I think is the worst thing about this game. However, I might be talking out of my ass. I trust the developers because this game has been incredible so far. But combat RNG is all, you can call it spoiled, predetermined, whatever you want to say. But basically, combat RNG, when you look at a combat before it happens, you know exactly what's going to happen before it happens. Like, let's just move you here, all right? You might not be the best example, actually. I mean, you guys probably know, but let's pull a, like, you can predict exactly what's going to happen in a battle before you do it. I'm going to use a different unit here really quick. Go ahead and withdraw for a second. Let's deploy someone with Travis. Travis is like the first indicator to me of when it happened, because it became very obvious that Travis is opposed to other characters. So he's a thief, right? He has a really high dodge chance, but he doesn't always dodge. So if you look at these fights, you'll be able to kind of take a look at exactly, this is deterministic. This is exactly what will happen. This isn't an estimate. This is, like, in Fire Emblem, I got used to there being like an estimate, like, oh, this is about how much damage you could expect to do. Here's the range. But this will tell me exactly, like, all right, we're taking 63 damage. It doesn't tell me who will die, but it's very specific. Like, I know that Travis is going to die for sure here. It's easier on a character like this, where I take no damage. Sometimes I'll hover over here and I will take damage, and that means that Travis missed the evade. Like, they hit like the 53% chance to hit him, and he, you know, so he procs his evade, and then they hit it a second time, and then they hit him, and then he'll take damage. And this is all deterministic. So, like, I could tell before I go into this fight if they're gonna get lucky with their crits, if they're gonna get lucky with their chance to hit, if they're gonna get lucky or I'm gonna get unlucky, vice versa. And then what I could do is I could do a different fight or something, and then I could check that fight again to see, all right, maybe it re-rolled. Maybe now I could get better luck on that fight. Oh, there we go. Now I'm not going to take any damage, you know? So I don't think this, like, ruins the game. And the reason why I don't think it's, even though it really annoys me, because it makes it hard to make bad decisions, I guess, or because this game, I don't think, there's not really a punishment to die in. It's not like Fire Emblem where like the 1% crit fucks up your whole run, because now you got to start the whole fucking save, you know, the level over again. If a character dies, or, you know, they faint, they retreat, that's it. They just come back the next battle, and they can even come back the same battle. If it's not the whole unit, you can garrison them and they'll just revive, you know? So it kind of bugs me, but I think maybe the game would be too hard without that. Maybe the combat swings are so great where if this didn't have this here, or if it wasn't exactly accurate, it would just ruin the experience. I assume they tested that. But I still can't help but feel like it's a little bit like, I don't have a crit chance in combat. I have a crit chance when I'm examining the pre-combat phase. You know, I don't have a chance to evade when I'm in combat. I have a chance to evade when I'm looking before I decide to take the combat. Like, it's so weird just visually to think, like, all right, I know whether or not I'm going to evade an attack by looking at this unit, not by being in combat and seeing if it happens. I know before I ever enter that combat, if when he tries to attack me, I'll dodge him, you know? So that bugs me, I won't lie, but I don't think it's the worst thing either. So, and to be honest, that's really all I got. Overall, I'm trying to make a negative video here, and there's just not that much negativity to spout. And to be fair, it's because it's been a fucking fantastic game so far, and I think it's going to keep being a fantastic game. I am interested to see how all these things kind of pan out in the longer run once we get beyond the demo, but as for now, I've been having a great time. And I do hope, you know, these things aren't going to be addressed. I don't think these are things that are just part of the game, but I figured it's worth talking about. I've been talking about the good so much. I think it's worth talking about the bad, at least mentioning them. We'll probably not dwell on them when we're playing. Maybe we'll complain a little bit because we're human, but that's going to be it. Anyway, that's all for today, guys. Thank you very much. Purplatypus is Purplatypus, except first I want to say thank you again to my members. Thank you, especially Shadows Dan Gaming and Bring the Pain. Shadows Den. Why do I say Shadows Dan? I say it every time. I'm not getting smarter, guys. I'm getting dumber. Anyway, thank you, Shadow. Thank you, Bring the Pain. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.